My name is Ronald Wass. I'm passionate about Youth Focus.
I'm Peter Fitzpatrick, one of the founders of Youth Focus and the inaugural chairman.
30 years ago in March, my late daughter Melanie took her own life. We discovered to our amazement that Melanie had kept a very, very detailed diary. I remember the shock of reading that diary in its entirety. I decided to send the manuscript to the University of London to get an independent appraisal. They wrote back and said this was such an important piece of literature that we had to publish it.
I was also serving as the president of Outcare, which was working with ex-offenders. Around that time, there were some camps being held for youth in search, and I found that the reoffending rate was really high. So I went and spoke to a good friend of mine at the time, was the Chief Justice. And his words was, go and turn off the tap. In other words, go and deal with the issues confronting young people and try and prevent them coming into my court system.
I started receiving letters from young people all around Australia, and so I began to question, why are we getting these letters? What is it about Melanie's book that these kids are identifying with?
So we started really with a whole lot of kids in trouble, kids in crisis.
I established a trust called the Youth Charitable Trust with the business name of Youth Focus.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, I have to say. At that time, probably 100, 110 young people turning up on camps.
The first thing we did was give them a shower, give them a meal.
I then set about getting some funding from lotteries for 3 years for the organisation, and the young people would come into the camp via their particular suburb or region.
Last year, Youth Focus was able to help 3,678 young people and their families. The joy I get from seeing the success that Youth Focus has had is absolutely indescribable.
When I look back on that, I really feel I'm very happy with the way in which things have worked out. Hopefully that's made a difference.